Hey, welcome back to Late Bloomer Musician. I'm Joy, and I'm back after a couple months. But you guys, I am on spring break from work. I work as an educational sign language interpreter, but this week it is spring break. It is Thursday. This is the second half of spring break, and I have booked a skills retreat for myself so that I can practice for an upcoming audition. So if you are new here, I've been playing, I started learning playing the clarinet in September of 2025. And so I love it. I've joined a community band and I love it. And so I've decided to do something for myself. And so I was like, I never do anything for spring break. I just stay home and lounge and get lazy. And so I wanted to book a skills retreat because I wanted to get out of my apartment and be able to practice fully, as loud as I need to. And so I booked a hotel close to the school, and that's where I am now, close to the school, so that I can utilize their practice room. So I'm just a mile down the road as opposed to driving an hour back and forth. So yeah, so this is what we're doing for the second half of the week. So I have my clarinet, I have my bag, I'm getting ready to go in. Now, I hope practice rooms are available, child, because I didn't even think about that. So I have what I need. I have my bag here. And so I'll talk more about it once I get set up in the practice room, or while I'm setting up in the practice room, because we're going to be there for a few hours. And so you guys can come with me as I practice for an audition. And so I'll talk more about that once we get inside. Hey, you guys, I have made it into the practice room. I just came to my old trusty room, the one I normally come to all the time. And there's a piano in here. I saved no food or drinks, but I brought my water. And I'm sure it's because they don't want you getting it, like spilling it on the pianos and stuff like that. But these two guys are about to practice the steel pans outside of my room. Okay, but that's okay, because we all love music. We're a lover and not a hater. So that's what we're doing. We are going to practice anyway. Wait, they're moving. I used to play the steel pans in college. Those were super fun. So anyway, earlier this year, I decided that this is how this all started. I wanted to not squander my spring break like I normally do. I decided that this year was going to be a year where I get out of my comfort zone, and I've been doing that already. I joined a community concert band where I can barely play most of the music, child, but we're working on it this weekend. And that's what we're doing. And so I was asking ChatGPT, like, what am I doing, you guys? I was asking ChatGPT, I like vacation, but I also like being productive. I don't like being non-productive. And so I wanted to do something productive on my spring break. Is that right? I wanted to do something productive on my spring break. And so, and ChatGPT, they like know what you've been talking about all along. Like, they keep a history. So it suggested for me a skills retreat because I am going on this audition. I will be auditioning for this school's music program. And it's not an audition necessarily to whether they will, I don't think it's like an accept or reject you from the music program. I don't think it's that. I think it's just where you fit, where you need to start, what kind of lessons you need, different things like that. So nonetheless, I want to prepare, because although I probably won't sound like I've been playing for 10 years, I also don't want to sound like I've only been playing for 6 or 7 months. I want to sound decent. Okay, I want to sound decent. Yeah, I need water. So what I did was I booked myself this skills retreat. So Thursday through Sunday. This Sunday is Easter Sunday. But so I check out Sunday morning. But so Sunday and Monday I'll practice at home because we're still on spring break Sunday and Monday. So, but I booked a hotel a mile from here. So I plan on being here till maybe about 6:30 or so. And it's probably 3:30 right now. I don't know. It might be almost 4. I don't know. I can't tell. I need water for sure. And I'll probably set up my other music stand too. I brought my own music stand with me, although there is one in here. And then let me get set up, and then I'll talk to you guys about like my practice method for these next 5 days, these 5 days, including today. I'll talk to you about my practice method, the system that I'm using, and I'm only I'm doing like a mini version of this system because the system that I'm talking about is from Sharon Sparrow. She's a principal flutist somewhere. I didn't remember where she said it was. But this is the book. I think I have it with me. And obviously this is written for professionals, like people that are going on professional auditions. But I just needed like somewhere to start, you know? I just needed somewhere to start. I know this is backwards for you guys, but I just needed somewhere to start. I just needed a way of practicing so that I didn't feel like I was wasting my time or that I didn't know where to start when I sat down to practice. And I like, this is on purpose, like dedicated like practice time. So that's what this is. So I'll come back once I am set up with my music and everything, and then I'll talk to you about what that system is going to be. Okay, I'm kind of set up. Okay, so as part of the system, I had to like develop this list. I'm gonna go through it just super quick. So I had to develop this list, and it's supposed to contain audition materials. So anyway, this system is for professional musicians, but I'm not a professional musician. And then she talks about like being conditioned before you start. I am not yet conditioned. So I'm using this to condition. I'm using her method to condition, which means it's like, I think what she means by that is that you like know your scales, your arpeggios, like you're familiar with all that, like all the fingerings and different things like that. I'm not there yet. Like I'm still figuring out fingerings because there's a piece of music where I have to go all the way up to a D, E on a clarinet. Have you heard that? It's like control squeaks, child. But anyway, I had to make a naughty list, and this is all of the things that I cannot yet play. I don't know if I can show you without, let me see if I can show you. So I had to make like a list. So in my Bach concerto, measures 15 through 20, like different things that you want to practice, like that you can't play at all. So measures 15 to 20, 24 to 25, 26 and 27. And then Appalachian Spring, this is like one of our concert band pieces, but I'm using it for that too. Like I'm using that to do that too, just so I don't get like, I think bored with, because for professional musicians, like they have to do like full like pieces with like more than one movement and stuff like that. I don't have to do that. I just need to do one solo, one etude, and then know all my major scales, and then be familiar with the minor scales or whatever. So I'll get to that in a second. And so these are measures in Appalachian Spring that I'm fighting with, and then my D minor etude. These are the measures that I want to really knock out and be able to play well. So in addition to that, so that's like the naughty list. So after I warm up, and she talks about doing like a useful warm up. And so, and she like talks about like creating your own warm up. And so I didn't do that, but my etude is in D minor. So I'm playing a major and minor scales in thirds. So I have like a D minor, I don't know, like a D minor scale in thirds, and then my Bach concerto is in G major, and so I have a G major scale in thirds that I'm going to work through for my useful warm-up, and then go through the naughty list. And then we have like what's called index cards, and she used index cards. I didn't use index cards, I just used little pieces of paper here. And so I divided it up by, I have 29 parts of my audition. So this includes major and minor scales. This includes my Bach concerto broke down into sections. This also includes my etude broken down into sections. And so I've come up with 29 different things. So the goal is, like on this first day, I pull out 6 things from here and I practice those things in order. So you're supposed to record them, but I'm not going to record them in this 5 days. I'm going to wait until I'm actually 6 weeks out from my audition. But because I don't know it, like I don't know these things, right? So we're going to pick 6 things that I am going to practice in order, right? And so, wait, let me pour them out. I want to pour them all out, mix them up, and then put them all back in here. And then I'll show you guys what things I have to. And the goal is to be here. I think this building, they might have night classes here, but the building closes at like 7. So my goal is to not be here later than 7. So whatever I have left over is just what I have left over. And so, yeah, whatever I have left over. So let's see. The first one I picked out, Appalachian Spring, measures 146 to 172 is what I'll practice. That's first. So I got to pick 6 things. My gosh. Second, it will be Bach Concerto, measures 28 to the end. Next will be C flat major scale and relative A flat minor, which is 7 flats. What's a C flat, y'all? Is it just a B? I don't know, but we're gonna find out today. That's 3 things. All right, 4. Appalachian Spring measures 24 to 40. And then these do not go back in here. So for 5 days, I just pick what's left. I haven't got many scales yet. D flat major scale, oh my gosh. Relative B minor, that is 5 flats. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my last one. Let's make it something good, like a G major scale, child. G major. And E flat major and relative C minor, which is 3 flats. That shouldn't be terrible because part of Appalachian Spring is in E flat. Is it B? Yeah, is in E flat. So that's where we are today. So that's the bowl. These are the things I'm going to practice in order after I get done with the naughty list. I think the goal is to like make it perfect. That's why you could like do it for hours, but I'm just going to set myself 20 minutes. Or like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to set a timer for myself because otherwise I feel like, I don't know. I just have to set a timer for myself. Now, I know this isn't what she said to do it. This ain't the way she said to do it, but that's what I'm going to have to do. Because I only have like a limited time because like I'm not at home. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like where I can just practice whenever I feel like it. So I'm going to check the time. Can I check the time while y'all on here? I don't think I can check the time while y'all are on here. So anyway, I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with my G major, D minor scale in thirds, but I'm only going to practice the second measure that goes up to an E, right? Is that what I wrote? Up to an E, because I'm unfamiliar with those fingerings and it's very difficult to hit those notes for me. And then I'm going to do my naughty lists, which are just these are just like a couple like measures. It's not like a one, like something to the end. Like these I'm going to try to practice like straight through and go back and fix and stuff like that. So anyway, let's get started, you guys. Okay, it's 4:25. I just finished my warm-up, my useful warm-up. I hacked out all those fingerings for the D minor scale, like everything above C. I was like, yeah, so C sharp and up. I had to like figure that out. All those fingerings together. So it tells you like right hand or left hand, which hand to play it with and everything like that. Still, it's like getting the fingerings down. Like, so when I was in high school, I did play trumpet. And so it's not, and honestly, I never played a trumpet part that went super high above the staff. So, you know, clarinet is a different beast. Like a lot of music is up there, but so it's not necessarily reading the notes. It's more about the fingerings related to it. So anyhow, now I'm about to tackle my naughty list. I might let you hear a couple things if I don't feel like it's too bad. But also I'm going to put a timer on it. So if I can do each thing I'm going to start with 10 minutes. This first one I'm going to do 15 minutes because it's 5 measures. The next ones I'm going to do like 10 minutes. Appalachian Spring, 10 minutes. I think I'm going to do 10 minutes in all these 10 minutes. Yeah. Because I don't know that I have the stamina even to, you know, play for hours. So, and then I still have to do like all these little things broken down into chunks. So, whoo, child. A C flat major scale, D flat major scale, E flat. Listen, okay. And all of that is going to be 10 minutes. So that's what we're tackling today is 10 minutes. I don't know if that's effective. I don't know. But I'm sure like as I build stamina, I'll be able to add time to that. So at least I'm hitting it. I'm touching it. I'm figuring it out. It's more dedicated than I have been. So at least I'm like working through it. I think I just have to give myself that kind of grace. So let's do it. You guys, it is 6:01 and I'm not even through my naughty list yet. So let me see, where are we? I did the Bach Concerto. I did those like those measures, whatever. And the Appalachian Spring I just finished. So now I'm about to do my D minor etude. But thankfully, I think why I'm so exhausted is because there were so many notes above the staff. So many. But thankfully for this etude, it's not bad. It's not terrible. I don't think, let me see. I think I go really low, but I don't go high at all. Thank God. I'm so over them notes. I'm over the staff notes. So this should be better. So I'm taking like a quick 5-minute break. I did take a bathroom break and I just couldn't do the notes anymore. I'm just like, I just need to come down into the staff where I can read the notes. Honey, don't have to write the letters in. So I'm going to start with measures 3 and 4, my D minor A2. I know you guys haven't heard anything, but it all sounds terrible. And it's so funny because when I first started, I was always like playing for y'all. And now I'm just like, my chops are busted. Okay? Busted. Like I don't feel like I can do anything. I just have to, that wasn't nothing. I wasn't even playing nothing. But I'm going to go ahead and start the D minor etude. I got to start with measures 3 and 4. And this etude isn't terrible. I think for me, it's going to be playing it in time. So with this, I'm going to like practice the notes, make sure I have all the fingerings down, and then I'm going to use the metronome to practice. So I think that's my biggest thing with this etude. It says quarter note. No, it does not say that. It says the half note is 66. So what's 66 times 2, you guys? 132. I'm not going to be playing it up to tempo. 132 for the quarter note. And then obviously I got all these eighth notes, child. So I'm not going to be playing it up to tempo, but we'll get there eventually. But I got a couple minutes left for a break. I'm just going to, you guys, it's been a lot. All right, I'll come back. All right, guys, it is 7:21, and I am at the end of my practice session, and I never even got to this right here. However, there is a tornado watch. We've just been made aware of a tornado watch. So, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I mean, it obviously means we need to take shelter or whatever. But I think my practicing is done for today. I didn't get to this. I think I'm going to have to adjust my expectations because it's taken me a little bit of time to get through the list of like measures and things that I am not playing well. Even though I put myself on a timer. I even put it on a timer. It was like 10 minutes for each thing or whatever. And I did take a couple breaks. I think I took about 3 bathroom breaks. I did take breaks just because, I mean, I needed to. I've never practiced this long at all. I don't know where to put you guys. I've never practiced this long, but I'm getting ready to pack up and just wait for further instruction about, like, I don't know what we got to do. What we got to do as far as the tornado warning. Or tornado watch. I don't know if a watch or I think a watch is like you gotta get him, get safe. Sorry, you guys are at a terrible angle. I'll move you. I was just trying to get my stuff off the music stand. And just like that, I've packed up my little practice area. So this is where I was today. I'm on my way out. I'm gonna get some dinner. It's been like, I don't know. I ate around like 2:30, like 2 or something like that. So now it's like 7:30. Do I not know where to go, child? Okay, I'm back in the hotel. I've eaten dinner. I feel like I can talk now. Oh my gosh, you guys, my embouchure was so beat up. It was so beat up, and I was like, it was 7 o'clock came, the tornado warning came. I was like, this is my sign to just wrap it up for the night. So I wrapped it up and I left. And so I am going to make some changes to my practicing. So today I was able to get through my warm up and I was able to get through my list. Susan Sparrow calls it the naughty list. It's like certain measures or phrases. It's not like whole passages or anything or whole movements or anything like that. But it's like a couple measures here and there in the piece that you can't even get through. Like you can't play it to tempo, you can't, whatever. And so I made a list of those things, and that's the only thing I got through my warm up, and I got through that list. And I think I'm just going to use that list. So I did go through and I did pick 6 things to work through, but I think I'm going to save that for when I do this like skills retreat again in July or June, end of June, because then I'll actually be 6 weeks out from my audition and everything. And so I think I'll go through that list. And so if I have a couple measures here and there, so once I get those measures, then I'll back up a couple measures and then go past that a couple measures and like try to piece things together. But I don't think this skills retreat is going to be where I'm putting the whole solo together or putting the whole etude together and things like that. But I will start to do that. Like I said, her method is for professional musicians or like seasoned musicians, I should say, not necessarily for beginners. So I am like editing it to what works for me. So I did like the idea of like picking 6 things and going through it, and that like the list that I got through, and that was me. Like I think the first thing I did was 15 minutes, and everything else I just gave it 10 minutes, just dedicated work, 10 minutes. Put it to metronome. Nothing I did was up to tempo or anything like that. But we're gonna get there. But I do like having this dedicated time. I have not practiced this hard and this long just on my own ever. So it's really good. I do feel beat up. I feel like I need some pain meds. I'm not gonna lie. My arms are sore, my hands are sore. I'm just like, what are we doing? But anyway, it is going to be good. I don't have a lot of space left on my phone, so I'll probably wrap it up for tonight. I got movies waiting for me. I got movies. Dinner has been eaten. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna try to go early in the morning and maybe do 2 practices. So if I can do like my list and my warm up and my list in the morning, and then maybe in the afternoon, maybe I can start putting some passages together. I don't know, but maybe I won't even think about that. Maybe I'll just go through my list of like tough things and then maybe back it up and maybe put some phrases together and things like that. Maybe I'll do that. Like once if I go through the Bach chorale and then I go tackle all those measures and then go back and start playing some passages. Maybe I'll do it that way. We'll see. Tomorrow's Friday, so if I start early enough, I have time to go twice if I need to, and then we have church tomorrow night. So it's not going to be a late night there for me. But anyhow, and maybe I'll play for you guys tomorrow. I don't know. When I was first started playing, I was so excited, so I just played for you guys anyway. Now that I know how much I don't know, like I feel more self-conscious about playing. So, but anyway, I'll blow y'all a note or 2 tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey guys, it's day 2 of my skills retreat, and after much debriefing with myself yesterday, I have decided to revamp my practice session for today. And so the first thing is I'm taking everything Appalachian Spring out of my practice repertoire because it is not conducive to the audition. And so I'm left with the Bach Concerto and the Etude in D minor. So I have those in here, and that left me 7 things. So I'm going to pick 2 today. So I have 4 days left in my skills retreat. So I'm going to pick 2 today to work on. And so let me see. And so I also took out all the scales, and I'm just going to make the scales part of my warm-up routine. And so for today, I'm going to do long tones with the metronome. I have an exercise sheet called Lip Benders, and so I'm going to use long tones with the metronome. I'm going to spend 10 minutes doing that, and then I'm going to pick 2 scales. So I have picked them already, and one was C major, thank the Lord, and the other is D major, so no sharps and flats and 2 sharps. So those are going to be part of my warm-up in their relative minor. So I'm going to spend 10 minutes on C major and the relative A minor. I might not need 10 minutes for that, but I still need to play them smoothly and in tune so I can do it with the metronome. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. And then D major, same thing, 10 minutes, D major, relative B minor with 2 sharps, and I'm gonna use the metronome. And then I'm gonna go back to my naughty list. So I removed Appalachian Spring, so I'm still going to work on these measures for the concerto and the etude. And then I picked 2 from here, and I'm going to work on each of those sections for 30 minutes each with the metronome. They're not going to be up to tempo. I already know that. Like, they're not going to be up to tempo. So yeah, that'll still be like if I take 2 minutes with each thing, it's still going to be about 2.5 hours, 3 with the breaks I'm going to take. And that's good. So I'm going to just be more focused on specifically audition repertoire and scales. And also in my audition, I'm going to have to sight read. I'll probably have the girl who gives me lessons, I'll probably have her pick a couple things for sight reading practice or whatever. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let's get to it. Let's go. Y'all. Guess what today is? It is Good Friday, and this school is closed. But we're gonna practice anyway. We're gonna practice because that's what we came here to do. I have my setup here. It is set up. I'm gonna practice. So obviously my posture is not the best, but that's okay because that's what I came here to do. And I feel like being in my car, shoot, somebody just pulled up with a bunch of little kids. Maybe they are going like hunting or something. I don't know what they're doing because ain't nothing over here, child. But yeah, so we're gonna practice anyway. I have my caffeine and we're gonna get to it. So what are we doing first? And I have my phone. I'm using my hotspot because I did bring my laptop so that I can play the concerto with accompaniment. I use Tom Play. I'm sure you're familiar with that, obviously. But I use Tom Play, and that's where I got the concerto from, and they provide accompaniment so that I can practice with that once I get to those chunks. But right now we're gonna start with our C major. I do have long tones. I mean, I don't have a stand, but that's okay. So we're gonna get to it. When I feel like I got something recording worthy, I will play it for you. But I'm gonna warm up first. I'm gonna tune. So that's where we are. That's wrong.